Welcome, Aries, to this love reading for June 2022. I've meditated, shuffled, and drawn your cards already, and drawn a little charm. It's actually a fireplace with a hearth around it. It's quite an elaborate fireplace. It is, it has been well thought out, well planned, well constructed. And I feel that that might be where some of you are at in your love life. You know, you've had a plan. There's certainly some people where that plan just hasn't gone according to plan, simply put. This is a card of being burdened. It's a card of feeling burdened, really. It's almost like you might have... It's almost like a try-hard energy and a not getting back what you want, or you're not getting back what you've put in and what you've hoped to get. So it's interesting with this hearth being so elaborate. But what I'm getting further to that, this Ace of Swords is your central card. So I feel with the burden aspect, it's been a real challenge for you. I mean, a challenge can be a triumph too. So there is that aspect. Sorry. So there will be some who will be watching this and thinking, well, they put this effort in this aspect of a relationship or a friendship or whatever, hoping to get more out of it, and they haven't, but they're going to learn from that. You know, you're going to learn from that, perhaps for future endeavours, or to see whether this partnership works, for example. But you do have the Three of Swords at the bottom of that. So that can indicate basically a dead end, as far as if you feel really strongly for a person or feel really strongly for a relationship. That can indicate harsh truths about the relationship. It sometimes can, I'm finding, mean that person has already moved on to someone else. Or if they haven't moved on physically to someone else, they've moved on energetically to someone else. So that's what I'm seeing for some people. And it is about learning from that. Learning in all sorts of ways, on all sorts of levels. So I see that as a positive, although it may not feel positive at the moment for some. This top row is a similar energy, seeing something that seems really worthwhile. It could even be on the physical level, starting out as a physical relationship. And for some people that will become burdensome for whatever reason. There's many reasons why that would. But I guess the message is, with the Seven of Pentacles, this is about patience. I feel that this row is about recalibrating. So if something has started out, mainly physical, and you're hoping for more, it may be a case of the other person taking a bit more time to get to that level. So there is that possibility, because this Ten of Wands is a card of really being there in some cases, or almost being there, but just not seeing it. She's looking down, she's concerned with balancing this ridiculously long and kind of angled contraption that she's trying to carry. So there might be it might be a case of you not seeing that you are almost there at the point where you want to be. So the Seven of Pentacles does say, just chill a bit and have patience and observe what comes next, is what I'm getting with that. With an open mind, really. This column here, it talks about a determination, I feel. This can be codependency. I'm seeing that as a bit of codependency, control, having to have something a particular way. And this is a card of more give and take. So it is, a bit more of that chill factor, but not chill and letting things drop completely. It is a case of, give and then just observe what sort of reaction you get, and whether you get a reaction, be it physical, emotional, mental, that is satisfactory to you. But if they in any way feel tied to a person or tied to a response, tied to an emotion, and yearning for it in a way that you know what's healthy and what's not healthy. And if it doesn't feel healthy, then it isn't healthy. So, you either look at that, talk to the person concerned, and see if there's ways around it. And if there isn't, then this devil card can indicate a tendency to want to stay fixed. So that's either you or someone else. I'm getting the feeling of someone else in their approach, and not willing to bend. So that might be around for some of you. This is also a card. This can be a card of, I guess, BDSM practices, that kind of thing. So that this is saying that, that is to be open-minded to that. But if there is anything that you don't feel comfortable with, then you don't feel comfortable with it. And it is, I guess, it's how you feel about something in your heart is is asking you to trigger a response. So whether that response is to walk away, to participate, to get to know the person better, to any of those things, then it is best to follow the feeling that you have in your heart, is what I'm getting. Because something that appears really solid and durable might end up in a relationship, a bond that is really quite tiring and draining for you. The devil card can sometimes just mean, just tiring, draining, not joyful, not what you believe in, not what you want. Yeah, so just be mindful of that. I mean, it can also mean too someone who is a bit of a comedian. It can mean someone who's just got a devilish nature. Whether that be in passion, in the bedroom or whatever. It can mean someone who's just got a devilish nature. And that can be quite appealing, but it's up to you to follow your heart with this devil card. This is one of the main cards here that I'm really getting a sense of importance about. So having a look at this card, this card, and this card. So we've got the Devil, Three of Swords, and the Judgment card. So there is a case of, I guess, realizing where your fear has held you back in certain circumstances. So, it might be that you're single and you have missed opportunities because you've been held back by perhaps even something around a new person that's come into your life has reminded you of the past, or reminded you of a past person, a past circumstance, something that you haven't really wanted to go there again, that you feel bad, that you have felt even controlled you. This is saying that there might be some who are being overly influenced by the past, and that you haven't really healed from that situation adequately. So it's got to be a case of you making a judgment that is not clouded by past events. You know, a judgment of a person, a judgment of a whether it's worth seeing someone, you know, from not tying that to past events, looking in the now, looking in the present for your guidance, and coming back to this card, how you feel at a heart level. There will also be, you know, some people watching this who may be a relationship, or association, a whatever it is, a casual fling, whatever, has ended, and they really feel a tie to that. They feel it's almost like an addiction to either see that person again, feel that experience again, have that high again. So I am seeing that as well. And with this Three of Swords, you know, this is the card of clarity, the card of perhaps not being able to go there again, just not having access to that again. And you know, you've got the Judgment card here. So it's almost like, well, so it might be a case of some people who really want to do and go into that situation, and they're not able to because of circumstances. And then there are others who are prevented from doing that because it's absolutely